Hello, friends and allies. Welcome to my studio here in Winsted at Whiting Mills. For about the last 10 years, I've been working in encaustic. And encaustic is an ancient media, and it's a combination of beeswax, raw beeswax, which is mixed with a little bit of damar varnish, and pigment. That is then melted down. So here I've melted down some colors. I'm just picking up and applying them with a brush. I'm creating translucent veils of color. Each brush, you can see, has its own color. And then it is fused. That makes it permanent. The flash point will be about 200 degrees. You don't have to worry about this melting off your wall. But I think one of the things I love best about it is that encaustic and this process of melting it together, bringing up those underlying layers, mixing them with the torch or with a heat gun, is that the experience is one of a convergence of idea and skill and accident. I work in a wide variety of media. I've been an artist my whole life. My first career was as a clay artist in Norwalk, producing functional and sculptural stoneware and architectural embellishments. And I ran that studio for around 20 years. I exhibited and gave workshops nationally. The work I'm doing now references that time in that I still get to work with fire, and I produce both two-dimensional and three-dimensional art. This migration series started with my concern about losing the great herds in Africa, and then I moved on to the global crisis of human migration. All of my work has to do with, well, whatever's going on in my life at that time, what I'm observing, what I'm experiencing. And this murder of crows came into our yard and settled into our birch grove. And eventually they allowed me to go out there and just sit amongst them and sketch them. During the spring of this year, during the pandemic lockdown, I was in exile from my studio and I started doing these daily drawings, mostly to amuse myself. And I wanted to tell the story of my experience in observation during this historic time. And I had just been painting crows, so I thought, well, I'll use a crow persona to tell the story. I would draw every day. And after I got about 70 of them, I decided I would self-publish them into a book, which is available this winter. And so there's the crow. Here's a few examples. Remember the toilet paper debacle? Or keeping a lid on all the things we want to do, our new accessories. So the book is something that I think you will find you will have shared a lot of these experiences with me.